reasonably loud enough to.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to get started because the sooner we start, the sooner we end. I'm going to do attendance first, then I'm going to introduce our guests. Okay. Maddie? Elise? Where is she? Christopher? Nick? Where is that on? There will be a very large quiz on all the information that you hear today. Oh, Victoria? Oh, wrong one. Yeah, sorry. John Brady, I saw you. Kyle? Oh, he's in conference. Olivia? Maddie is sick. Victoria, I saw your hand. Rachel? Matthew? Jenna? Casey? Eric? Michael? Dominic? Greg? Christopher? Kent? Tweet? Okay. Ryan? My no longer press lookalike? Ayana? Abigail? Matthew? Where are you? I'm going to get it. I apologize, it's taking me so long. You need to talk a lot more in class. Hannah, where are you? Brian? Avery? Right. I can't believe I missed it. Andrew? What did I miss? What's your last name?
Glenn.
Did I miss you?
Yeah, it's okay. I just want to let you know that I was here.
She went to St. Thomas. It's mine.
We went to a rival high school.
Yeah. Oh, really? I've heard lots about that area.
Have you? Oh, really? That's surprising.
Okay, you guys, we have a wonderful guest speaker. This is Professor Kudva. I call her Sonali, so I never even know her last name. She is a wonderful colleague from Kent State. She has tremendous international experience as well as a good understanding of intercultural theory. So she is going to present to you. She's put together a very good presentation, and I'm excited. So please feel free to ask questions if you need clarifications. She will have all of the answers, and we will have a fun night. Okay? It's all yours. Do you want this? It's hard to move. I've been known to break my foot. Well, I've got to move this to make sure you can see that.
I'm Sonali. You can all just call me Sonali instead of Professor Kudva. I have degrees in English and in the media. So my degrees are in communication. So all of this will come with some examples from the media because that is my area of interest. And so first of all, I guess I have to be over there because I have to change the slide. So we're going to talk a little bit about intercultural communication. What makes me qualified to teach intercultural communication today? Possibly the fact that I'm from a different culture, which is immediately evident from the way I speak and the way I look maybe. But one of the first questions I want to ask you is to look at this picture. You might recognize me in there. Are these people all from the same culture? And she did tell me that you guys talk a lot, so I've come here with all these expectations. So please do speak, otherwise I will think I have not engaged you sufficiently. So do you think they're all from the same culture? No?
Not initially.
But you can't really tell them until you meet them, I guess. You can't really tell from a picture.
Really? You think that there are not cultural differences visible right there?
No, there is, but I'm saying like they could all live in the U.S. in the same area.
What about cultural similarities? You can tell that? On what basis?
The way they're dressed.
It's winter.
That's true, though.
They wear in short sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because of other reasons. Not feeling the cold as much.
We can't tell that through a picture.
Yeah. So, you can't tell about cultural similarities or differences merely from seeing that picture? Good. That brings me to my next point then. So what is culture then? Let's try to define it, understand it better before we move on. If you say that all these people are from different cultures, why would you say that? On what basis would you say that? Maybe not from the picture. Say we make certain assumptions about them. Go ahead and make as many assumptions as you like. You don't know anybody from here except I'm standing there. But anything to start a basis for definition of culture?
Skin color.
Is skin color really a basis of culture?
It could be an Armenian assumption.
Okay, so let's go with that. We'll cross off whatever doesn't apply later. Anything else?
Common beliefs.
Common beliefs? Yes.
Ethnicity.
Okay. I am not used to writing on boards, by the way. Yes.
Geographical location.
Okay. I will ask you for more details on that. Yes.
Values. Y'all seem to value friendship.
I think we could put that over there. Yes?
Language.
Okay. Yes?
Similar actions or behaviors.
Okay. Is that it? Okay. I'll answer this question. Two of the people from this photograph are from the same culture. I'm from India. One of my friends is from India. The other one is from Saudi Arabia. And the other two are Americans, though they have different ethnicities. So, which would say that this is not an indication of color. So we can of culture. We can probably cross this out. And to give you a more topical example of this, does everybody know about the recent controversy regarding Miss America? She is of what ethnicity, skin color?
Indian.
And yet she is,
Miss America.
and so she is American. You can't label a person, or you can't, what I'm trying to get at is that skin color is not necessarily an indication of culture. This, yes, very important. This is becoming less and less important every day. two people in that picture appear white. They have different ethnicities still, and they're both Americans. So ethnicity is becoming less and less an indication of common culture. This, yes, could be. Also true. Yes. There's one more that you guys forgot, and that we use every day. Food. Food is a big culture indication. How many of you like Italian food or Indian food or Mexican food? Is that part of your culture? Is that something you've adopted? So food is the next indicator, I would say. Technical difficulty? Oh, we won't. Now these are some of the ways to define culture. From what I took away from these, and you don't have to read them all, is the fact that culture is changing. Just like I said, ethnicity is becoming less and less important because you can no longer tell. Skin color has ceased to be important to label culture. So that's what I say. Culture is living and dynamic. It is constantly changing. Belief systems, values, habits, behavior, yes, they're all indicators of shared culture. Language is very important. I speak differently than you. Evidence that I'm from a different culture than you. Culture is acquired initially through our families. So almost by birth, you bring up your children with certain values, with certain beliefs. They grow up, they become adults, they either reject or add to this culture. So belief systems are acquired also, values are acquired, people change, they decide to believe different things. The next point about symbols, rituals, values, heroes, and myths, these are things that interest me in my research. They're called cultural artifacts, things that represent a culture. Anybody's ever seen any Bollywood films here? Or ever heard of them? Lots of singing, dancing, big weddings, colorful clothes. That's a cultural artifact. Popular culture, everything in the media is essentially a cultural artifact. All the television that you see. One of America's biggest exports is its popular media. It's representative of American culture. So even if you look at superheroes or rituals, they're also representative of culture. Does anybody want to give me an example of something superhero standing for American values? Anybody?
Captain America.
Yes, very obvious there. But anything else? Anybody else? Yes.
I think of like Superman, typical like cookie cutter, all American.
There's one very obvious thing that makes Superman and Spider-Man and quite a few of the others very American. Can anybody tell me what it is? Yes.
The colors for one.
Yeah. The thing is, we don't notice all this when we are watching these movies, when we're watching these shows, because we tend to take them for granted. As somebody not from this culture, I'm more likely to observe this. And it's sending a message on to me. What are the messages that Superman or Spider-Man or Captain America and anybody else that we can think of, let's say the Hulk, now I'm thinking of the Avengers, but what do they say about American culture? Iron Man, he's become the new big Mr. America person. what are the values? Yeah.
It kind of says that only Americans can have superheroes.
No, actually India has its own share of superheroes. We just don't export them.
I don't think I fully understand your question.
What are the values that they have come to represent that makes them American? Like you just said, they're associated with America. So
Through their
that
colors.
well, besides their clothes, I meant the values that they stand for. Yeah.
Like integrity. I think.
Okay.
They're
Yes.
like bravery.
Yes.
A lot of them started as just kind of vigilantes in their own area in the US, I guess.
Yes. And we will come back to this part when we discuss some of the paradigms of culture, which all of you have read in the text. You all have read the textbook, right? Okay, I'm glad. So what I want to move on to next is why study culture? So that you can communicate with me, so that I can communicate with you. We can do business. We can both gain from this relationship, business-wise. Is it possible today to do business only in one country? No. So you have to learn to communicate with people from other cultures. And the last point is going to, I want to show you a video. I don't think that works. My screen is blank here.
Just tap it.
Yeah.
So now, if you just tap the screen, it'll come up.
We're going to watch a video from 1970s Britain class that is studying English.
You're gonna have to stop it. There's no sound.
You do it every time to me.
Oh.
It is very stereotypical. I will warn you, and then we will talk a little bit about stereotypes. But it is, we also have to remember that culture is changing. It is a product of its times. This is a cultural artifact from the 1970s.